If you have ever spent a weekend building a chicken coop, only to find a raccoon had chewed through the wire by Monday morning, you know exactly why this stuff matters. This is the GoldPeak black hardware cloth, and honestly, it feels like a massive step up from the flimsy, silver-colored mesh you usually find at the local hardware store. The first thing you notice is the weight. At 19 gauge, this isn't just some decorative screen, it has a real solid heft to it. It feels substantial in the hands, and that black vinyl coating gives it a surprisingly sleek look that actually blends into the background of a garden rather than sticking out like a sore thumb. The 1-2-inch grid is the real star here. It is tight enough that you aren't going to have to worry about smaller pests or even curious rodents trying to squeeze their way in. Now keep in mind, if you're dealing with snakes, this isn't going to be a total fortress, but for almost everything else, it is a solid barrier. What is interesting is the dual-layer approach. You have that galvanized steel core for the structural integrity, and then the vinyl coating on top. That is a smart move, because it adds a second layer of protection against the elements. If you live in a place where it rains constantly, or the humidity is always high, that extra coating is going to save you from dealing with rust streaks running down your fence line after the first season. Installing this stuff is actually less of a headache than you might expect. Because the mesh is flat and doesn't have that annoying tendency to spring back or curl up like cheaper wire, you can get a nice, clean line when you are stapling it to your frame. It is 100 feet long, which is plenty for a decent-sized run or a series of raised garden beds, but be prepared, it is a heavy roll. You might want a second pair of hands, just to help unspool it without it getting away from you. If there is a downside, it is just the nature of working with 19-gauge wire. It is tough, which is great for security, but it means you need a decent pair of snips. Don't try to use your kitchen scissors or a cheap wire cutter, or you will be frustrated in about 5 minutes. Get a proper set of metal shears, and you will be fine. It is one of those things that you install once and then just stop thinking about, which is exactly what you want for a garden fence. It is sturdy, it looks better than the standard stuff, and it feels like it is actually built to last more than a couple of years. If you are tired of patching holes in your coop or watching critters raid your vegetable patch, this is a pretty solid way to put an end to that.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.